Okay, alright, I got my clay mixed up. I got everything situated. Basically what I do from this point is I put a thin coating of clay on the blade. Just a real thin coating. Just scoop up enough. Just smack it on the blade. Because you're gonna smooth it in here in just a second. Okay. Since this is a Shinogi, Hirazukuri katana, what I do is I coat almost 3/4 up the blade. And I spread this stuff out so it's really thin. Really, really thin. And as you're making it thinner, you're also scraping off big chunks and stuff like that. Just making sure it's nice and thin. And take it all the way out to the tip. Now I'm kind of anal about stuff like this. It's got to be almost perfect for me. So I got to make sure that there's no large chunks in there, nothing to cause a problem. And then I go back down through and fix any problem areas. And you got to go beyond your normal area. This is where your drawback is going to be here. So prior to applying the clay to this blade, I spray the blade down with Windex and make sure that it's free and clear of any oils and stuff like that, because if there's any oils on the blade, the clay won't stick to the blade. Now here comes the fun part. I'll use just a little plastic spatula that came from an art room. I'll use this to apply clay. Now I'm not sure as to what type of Hammond I want to have on this, so I'm just going to start back here and just kind of dab it onto the blade. I'm just going to dab on big globs right here in the middle. Okay, and then from there I can build my Hammond from there. So I want to make sure I have a nice curve in this blade. So I'm going to coat the spine and everything, and like I said, you know, normally I would draw the clay on, but since I'm not certain as to what kind of Hammond I want to have on this thing, like I said, I'm putting the clay high on the blade and just dabbing it on. Then I'll go back through with my spatula and use my spatula to draw it down and make my design into my Hammond. Okay, so I mean that's one way to do it. I've seen some Japanese smiths actually take a brush and actually paint the Hammond on the blade. Now as we come up here, we're coming to the tip, and this is a crucial area. Just simply because that's where your drawback is going to be, and you want to make sure you got a good clean drawback. I'm going to actually ride this one out just a little bit further than I normally do, so I actually have a little bit more of a, it's going to be closer to the tip than anything else than I normally do. So we'll see how that turns out. And the goal is to have a nice active Hammond. Nice and active. Okay, now that I've applied the clay, I go back through and find areas that are thin and repair that. So, because the thicker the clay, the more pronounced your hammer's going to be. So, and then from here, I'll take this spatula and I'll actually zoom in here so I can show you. What I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my spatula. I'm just going to draw it down